Alright. Welcome everyone. We're back. Or I'm back actually. So, first things first, introductions. I think, hello Mango. Good to see you again, man. So, first things first, um, introductions. I'm CF Kralos on Twitch. Kralos to people who are close to me. Or who I monkey with on the place known as Discord. But so you can call me Kralos. Anyways, first things first. Tav isn't here. Some scheduling complications prevented him from being here today, so I apologize. So it's gonna feel a little lonelier without Tav in the room with me. But you know what? I think this is fine because this is more of an intimate thing. Where, I want you to lay down, put the lights down low. When you watch this, I want you to, you know. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna put the lights down in my streaming room. All right, so lights are down low. Got candles lit. So we're really gonna go crazy today, or we're really gonna get into it. So this is gonna be. This is gonna be the end of my of me commenting on my own works, and then spoilers next week. I'm gonna do the big one. I'm gonna review Danjan's animated ones, but we'll get there. But first, if you notice by the title, it says I'm gonna do my Pearl Trilogy, parentheses, and I'm also gonna do my one shot. So we're gonna go a little long here, and we're gonna talk, and I'm gonna run everything that went through my friggin' mind. Did you animate the opening card? No, I didn't. Hello, Ryan. We're doing the thing. So I'm gonna really explain what went through my mind with each of these animations. And this is gonna be an intimate one. This thing is for sure gonna get flagged for music because some of these one shots do use specific musics that are that are just gonna get me in trouble with the YouTube gods, I guess, or the corporate overlords, whoever you want to call them. Spiritual, experiential. But yeah, we're gonna do this. So I think we have enough people here. So okay. Also, first off, when I get to the one shot section, I am gonna point out that there is, I think, one video that is missing from the one shots. It'd be more ideal to review Danjan's version after it's complete, or whatever Arky's working on. I'm sure he's cooking up something good. I'm gonna look at his original 3 that he animated. So I think I am gonna wait until he's. Do what you want, though. Okay. Well, I don't know. My thoughts were just looking at everything up until season 2 proper. So all of his reanimations of the first season and all the side stories, all those spin-offs. But after that, I actually was thinking about going through and looking at some even more obscure works, specifically. One thing I like, which is the Sextempu's own Gmod versions of Borfstar. So, anyways, I guess we're gonna start. So, here we go. Amethyst breaks Pearl. Yeah, I'll wait until season 2 is complete. It's not fair to review what you got so far, or not what you got, what Danjan's got. The internet in general, what they've got. I don't know. Anyways, here we go. Alright, so Amethyst breaks Pearl. A little bit of an opening thing. This definitely came from me being into Steven Universe a lot. And 2, I literally just took the opening animation thing, and because also I didn't switch the font. The font is bad. This is I think Cooper, and some very bad. But this is literally me rehashing. Um,
Amethyst, where's your father, boy? Steven.
I got rid of him.
this is literally me reanimating my, you know, Garfield Breaks John.
Bring him back.
I can't.
And this is all animated in pencil, by the way. So it's pretty much me at the height of my Garfieldness, messing with pencil. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell. But here's where it really starts.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna start that one over. Oh, here we go. This is MS Paint.
Okay. We're outside of Beach City. Now tell me what happened to Steven.
Steven
This
is
honestly
gone.
just came.
Forever.
What?
Amethyst got rid of him. So I had to shatter
This
her.
honestly just
Now
came
Garnet
from,
is after me.
Man, that close-up
That's
of-
why we're here. Now get
The
out.
crystal
But
gun.
this is my car.
I think
I don't care.
Danjin's the one who made that joke. It's like, ah, yes, the crystal gun.
I loved him too, you know? He was my son.
Okay, so
I know.
I know I like just enjoying this too. I like these shots. That. So essentially, this idea just came from like being in the shower and thinking like, what if like what if I like just what if I continued this? You know, like what if I picked up right after and what like in one shower. I had this idea of it, like I expanded this whole story, like, and what if she steals Craig's car? That was his car, yes, the Dundee. But in my head, I could just like imagine, like while I was just showering, I could just imagine all these shots. So like all these shots lived rent free in my head until I had to exercise them. And that's honestly like my weird working method. It's pretty much just like. I get these horrible ideas in my head, and then they live there rent free until I exercise them. So like they continue to haunt me day and night until they're gone, until I put them out in some kind of form, and that's pretty much my approach to a lot of creating. So. Also Pearl, so also in that design I was doing some weird stuff with the noses. Obviously the next episode I simplify these a little bit more. There we go. Maybe my favorite for sure. Okay, let's just skip it around. Oh, there we go. And I worked really hard.
The usual.
Yeah, the first part was really well animated.
Don't be.
But that's because it
It's
was in
not your
pencil.
fault.
This is obviously going back
I'll
to
be
MS Paint,
fine.
playing with
I just
the,
need to go out.
tool.
We're out of milk anyway.
Yeah. That's the... Oh, hey, Danjin.
For a woman
Okay, here's another reference to Spike Lee right here.
to save
Coming up.
my life.
So this is a Spike Lee, my attempt at another Spike Lee shot. Which is the double dog.
Or to borrow.
And this, for me, the main thing was just like having this kind of doomer like ambience, you know? Like hashtag Nightwalks kind of deal.
Hit up against Gotolnet.
And as Danjin, you once famously said,
You're welcome.
I also improve a lot on like the facial designs here. But Danjin, you famously said that getting up in the middle of the night to buy milk and shooting a criminal in an attempted robbery is definitely a mood. And at the end of the so, all right, before I continue this, onto this last one. So first and foremost, here's a little good example of like how this is all based off of like the East Coast. I think right after Sandy Hook hit, so that's where you have like this submerged Ferris wheel here. So yes, it is Danjin. Okay, so here's the thing. So, like, one thing that, like, has for sure, like, I guess, like, not haunted me, but, like, that whole episode, like, I've sent Danjin the original files, but, like, the first two actually had different, soundtracks, and I'm gonna play the soundtrack altered versions in the next, at the end of this. So, like, at the end of the next part of this playlist will be the alternate soundtrack versions. But essentially, because I had to change it from the original Pat Benatar version, and Pearl Becomes a Fugitive, I decided to, like, pretty much make it into a Neil Young music trilogy, which I think was very appropriate for me because I'm a huge Neil Young fan because I'm old. So, anyways, so last part we went from, like, this kind of hashtag, like, from this r/Nightwalks kind of mood to straight up, like, postcards from New Jersey, you know, which essentially this is built off of, like, Asbury Park. Like, this is based off of, like New Jersey boardwalk, like, beach looks. And there's, like, references here, like, to, you know, like, this is all, like, you can see the yellow tape, this is all, like, post Sandy Hook, you know. I think, yeah. Oh, and of course, I continue my thing of, like, having women, of drawing women that look like the hipsters I went to art school with, in, like, the late 2000s, or not high school, art school, yeah.
Okay, just make sure you wipe and wash your hands.
I do cringe when she says restroom because someone called that out as, like, being weird. Like,
So you decided to finally make your move.
Of
I
all
worked
possible
too
outcomes,
damn hard on
I
these
thought
backgrounds,
now
but
was the
yes,
best time.
I'm glad you liked
So
them.
you know that I won't put up a fight.
They were
Yes,
a
it's
pain to
very
research, but I'm
honorable
glad
of
I
you,
did them.
despite everything that's happened.
Honor had nothing to do with it.
Then what?
I don't know.
Also, I remember
Maybe
one of
Grace.
my
Maybe.
someone commented that they were expecting, like, a
I'll
huge
make
battle,
it quick then.
and the fact that it kind of was just more of an acceptance did not make them mad. In fact, oh, there's a payphone right there. Did not make them mad, but kind of made them
Yes.
sad.
I'm
Not in
sorry
a way
for
that was
leaving you like
disappointing,
this,
it's like, wow, that's
but
even
we
more
always
real.
knew this day would come. Despite whatever happens to me, I want you to know that I love you. You are the light in my darkest moments, and I thank you for that. I hope another version of us exists in a world where we met under better circumstances. Forever yours, Pearl.
Makes me so. It's a little. Okay, the one thing that kind of makes this flawed is the part where she says restroom. I wish I had better. I wish I wasn't lazy. Okay, I wish I wasn't lazy with my signing, because I did have to, like, learn and, like, try to animate legit hand signing, which was inspired by this this one Fox in Space clip that that dude was working on, which had a dude who which had a character who signed. But, like, man, because and that idea also came from the fact that, like, she never speaks. We never see her. Like, we see her talk, like, in the background, but we never hear her speak. So in my head, it just, like, I'll just make her mute. There's no, like, I don't want to give her, like, a voice. I think it'd be more interesting to have her just be, like, mute and have her sign and have Pearl, like, understand her perfectly, I guess. Just, like, you know, I thought it'd be a much more interesting thing, and as if Tav were here, he would tell you that, like, man, you, and actually, I think it was on the most recent episode of Big Fellas, the one that came out just recently, he and Terumo, and how, like, essentially I predicted the end of that goddamn show of Steven Universe Future with these goddamn videos. I remember Terumo himself talked about it when these came out, just like, dude, you predicted the end of Steven Universe Future, what the fuck? I'm like, wait, really? Just like, yeah, in a way. But But then also Tav said that like I had a better job, or I did a better job of like writing these characters in like what, like less than 2 minutes. So I don't know. I don't want to toot my own horn like that. You know, I'm sure the writers work very hard, but I don't know. I'm different. I'm just built different. Okay, so a couple things. This next part here are going to be the alternate sound takes. So get ready for this. Hopefully, the state of whoever owns the record company that owns Pat Benatar's music, I hope they don't nuke this stream, because that was a reason the original one got nuked. Luckily, I haven't seen Steven Universe. How's it end? I never finished Steven Universe Future because it was not on any streaming platform that was like really uploading day and date. Okay, I think that at the end of Amethyst Breaks Pearl, I do write Fight Me Suge Knight, which is a reference to Rebecca Sugar. Which is funny because like I have nothing against her, honestly. Like I'm not like I enjoy Steven Universe. I watched all of like the whole original series. I couldn't finish Steven Universe Future, like I said, because I couldn't watch it live when it was on, and by the time I think it was uploaded to a streaming platform, I kind of was over it, you know. So I just kind of had outgrown it. Although if given the chance, I probably would watch it again. So I was gonna ask, have you seen Duck Soup with Marx Brothers off? Yes, I have seen it. Danjin, I'm like 132. I've seen almost every movie. Like there's a podcast I enjoy. Is Steven Universe worth the binge? Oh, all right. Tav himself on the recent Big Fella said that he watched it and half watched it because it was whatever. As he called it, as he likes to refer to it, it's anime references for gay people, which is, I think, a fair assessment. I think the first 2 seasons are really solid and good. Once the third season start coming out, I think also because now it's all available, you can watch it at your own leisure. I don't know if you should binge it, but I think some of these are better binged. I don't know. I think it's definitely worth your watch just to make up your own mind about it, and not have like 50 fucking like videos about these about this the show for like your like tweens be talked to death about whether or not it's like good representation, it's bad representation, or whatever. Just, I mean, even ignoring that aspect of it, like, I think it's worth watching just so you can finally like put together your own. And they move pretty fast. They're like 11 minutes each. You're not gonna like, you could kill like a good weekend watching it and just decide, okay, well, I watched it finally. And this is how I feel about it. I really enjoy it. I like all the emotional parts, and I'm actually, I think, in the minority of a lot of Steven Universe fans who watched it originally, which was I love the episode with the Townies. I have a lot of problems with the mythos stuff, like the big backstory and like the Gem War and all that. Like I like it, but there's a lot of problems I have with the consequences of it that I feel aren't properly addressed in the show. But I mean, like I said, it's worth watching just to see what the hype was about, and it moves fast, and you'll have your favorite characters, especially now that like the drama has kind of died after it's over. Is it possible you could do a video analysis on Duck Soup? I was kind of disappointed missing Towering Inferno. Also, I would watch for the story, the online crazies opinions side. Definitely watch for the story, but also like we're at the point where like because it's not on anymore and it's over. Like there's no more. We're in that beautiful period where like you can enjoy it and not have to think about the hot takes anymore, because it's all cold takes and nobody watches those. I do want to do a video analysis of Duck Soup because I fucking love that movie. It's so wacky. I love the Marx Brothers. There's a really funny thing I found out recently. I guess like people who are parents and are like are movie grandpas as well. When they introduce their kids to the Marx Brothers, it's amazing how many kids gravitate towards Harpo, who I think is this like, despite how being cute and chaotic he is, he's a man that the Joker is afraid of. Honestly, like Harpo is so chaotic and an agent of complete free will and wanton destruction. I think like the Joker would be like, oh, he would. I think he's like the original Joker almost. Anyways, but aside from that, I'll probably when I'm done doing all these watch-along commentary things, to soothe my ego, I'll probably do one for Duck Soup, because I do miss doing those movie chats. Anyways, so let's look at these alternate musical takes. Groucho's my favorite. Harpo's a troll. Harpo is a troll. I like Chico because, like, okay, here's the thing. Groucho is the main man. You can kind of forget about Zeppo and definitely forget about Gummo. But I think Chico is more underrated. Yes, you do need him because here's the thing. Chico is not as smart as Groucho, but he's more clever than Groucho, and he's the only one who can keep Harpo in check. You need Chico in the middle. So it's kind of like with the Three Stooges. You need Moe, but also, like, Moe is a smart one. Larry's right in the middle. He follows what Moe does, and is like clearly the guy that Moe wants to beat up the most. But Curly is the innocent boy that we all love. I don't know if it's possible. I don't care. I would love. I think my best option would just be to do a watch along. But not screen the movies. We'd have to do one of those things where it's just like, all right, on the count of 3, we're starting from this. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go. It's kind of like doing a commentary thing, you know. Everybody would have to watch it on their own, unfortunately. Although there are a lot of Twitch, especially during like Halloween, there are a lot of like people who do Twitch watch-alongs for public domain movies on archive.org. So as long as I can prove that it's public domain, like how Tav and the other big fellas did, Night of the Living Dead. I mean, I've always one public domain one I've always wanted to do is Carnival of Souls, because that needs to be watched by everybody. But there are a lot of weird public domain movies I love that I think needs to be seen. But alright, we're going to move on. We're going to do these alternate takes. Alternate soundtracks. Please
Okay,
guitar.
we're outside of Beach City. Now tell me what happened to Steven.
Steven is gone. Forever.
What?
Amethyst got rid of him. So I had to shatter her. Now Garnet is after me. That's why we're here. Now get out.
But this is my car.
I don't care.
I do like the Benatar version a lot, is the thing. Also,
I
do this
love
weird
him
vignetting
too,
thing
you know?
around it.
He was my son.
I know.
I like the Pat Benatar version a lot, but I'm glad. But I also do like the regular, the one that did survive. So, but here, okay, and now you're about to watch and listen to the version that was my original intent, because I thought I was going to do the Neil Young one as like or alternate soundtrack as a one-off, but the version I have here has 2 of my favorite indie songs on it. One is a cover of Suburbs by Father John Misty, and then I think at the end it plays Troublemaker by Beach House. So to let you know the fact that I myself am not only a 32-year-old boomer, but actually I am a 32-year-old hipster. Lol stroke. Yes, thank you, Mango. Honestly, like, aside from my boomer music that I listen to, this version here actually will perfectly show you the fact that I'm, aside from being a 32-year-old boomer, I'm also a 32-year-old hipster who went to art school in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. So this is my musical taste right here.
In the suburbs,
The usual. Don't be. It's not your fault. I'll be fine. I just need to go out. We're out of milk anyway.
I have to animate that cigarette, which I'm proud of. Also, I think when Tab first saw this too, he was surprised at the amount of like cleavage I put on her. It's like, I don't know, she has like a little bit of cleavage in like that episode, so why not?
that one day we'd fight in a suburban.
Just give me everything in the
I like how the also Steve. Okay.
Don't make this hard for me.
I don't know if anybody noticed this, but there is, aside from Mr. Milkhole, there is a Steven have you seen me missing milk carton kid thing right here. Steven's on the milk carton. So, he clearly was reported missing. I like the stick animation. Thank you.
Just give me everything in the cash register.
Okay.
Also,
Don't make this
that
hard
robber
for me.
has a French
Here,
accent.
it up. I ain't got all night.
Okay? I didn't want to tip my hand to this, Mingo, but I'm
You're
about to blow your
welcome.
mind a little bit. Oh, it doesn't have the, or maybe it does have the troublemaker. But hold on, I'll tell you at the end of this.
Sometimes I believe it.
Oh, okay, so it's just Father John Misty version. Okay, so let me just close this down. More. Okay. So I'm going to. Oh, see, this is a background from that, by the way. I'm really proud of the artwork for it, actually. So that's the thing. I'm genuinely. I think it's one of my best works, and something that I'm genuinely proud of. Which is why I re-uploaded it to my regular channel. But I'm gonna. Let me see if I can pick some very nice. Let's see. The OG music selection is better. Oh wait, you mean the Neil Young? You mean the Neil Young one or the alternate takes? Because the original takes are the ones that are the alternate takes rather. So the Pat Benatar and the Father John Misty cover are the original takes, but I think after the Neil, I like the Neil Young ones more because it's more of a cohesive, it makes it more of like a trilogy, you know. It made me think better, or because like I said, after I kind of decided that the Neil Young songs are better together, I decided it was like a better. It was, I don't know, it's just a better move. Here you go. That feel when a French robber decides to ruin your night, your errand of getting milk in the middle of the night. Also, I was very loose of the backgrounds because I don't know, they would flash by so quickly, and also I don't know, I wanted to have a more painterly looseness. That's why I really like the oil paint brush on in MS Paint. I'm a big fan of it. But anyways, so to Mango's question, what you just showed us. Oh, okay. So you like the original music stuff. So the alternate takes. I do like it as well. but like I said before, I kind of like the uniformity of like the Neil Young ones. So especially with like the last song in the trilogy, I if I didn't go with the Neil Young ones, I probably wouldn't have picked that last song of his cover of "If You Could Be My Mind" by Gordon Lightfoot. Also, as like I said before, one of my things is, so first off, Pearl is wearing her like bad Pearl jacket, but also, as I've said before, I always, one of my main things as my like thumbprints is I dress characters up in clothes that I have worn in real life or like this robber's wearing like a fishtail army parka, which I love and I've always wanted one, and he wears like a red shirt, which I've owned in the past. Oh, here's a good example of what this looks like. So more of my smears. Also, this high angle shot. I think at this point I also start really enjoying doing high angle shots as well. And okay, here's another thing. For some reason, I made the clerk look like Babish. Like, I don't know why. I made him a bald guy with a beard. So I don't know. But anyways, back to Mango's question. I did want to do a part 4 or part 5 if you include the original one. And the reason for that was I wanted to, what part 4 was going to be. Yeah, so literally a three cycle here. That smear though, thank you. You're better at smears than me, so that's a big compliment. A good here's another example of that light traveling. So I'm really proud of part 2 because it's the most I've like ever really fucked with lighting. Honestly, this. Yeah, I don't know. I love the ambiance in this. Oh, here you go, Danton. Here's your cigarette. But okay, yeah, the fucking God, I love it. But yeah, no problem, Mango. Like I said, you're like the king of like, action animation. So I really appreciate your insight as well. No, but so part 4 was literally going to be about Mystery Girl. Like going down to the old Crystal Gem Temple and confronting Garnet about Pearl. And she essentially was going to pick a fight with Garnet, but Garnet was going to let herself, like, somehow she had, like, come across that little, like, one of those, like, gem destabilizers from, like, the episode where, like, I think at the end of, like, the first season. Like, the things that Jasper uses to, like, poof, the poof gems, essentially. She, like, there was going to be a thing where she was going to find one. Thank you. Oh, no, you should be flattered, Mango. But yeah, so what I was saying, so I was gonna have that, and then have her like pick a fight with Garnet. Garnet would like essentially lose the fight on purpose, and then after she like lets herself get poofed, she would see sitting in some kind of like those like. I don't know. I was gonna say like baby. I don't know why I was thinking of baby cages, but one of those cages are like one of those like kind of like holding things where they like have like the corrupted gems. Like she was gonna find one of like Pearl, but like I guess in like what would have been like the busted version of the like not busted. she was gonna see it like being held and see that it wasn't like crushed or cracked or anything. It was like perfectly preserved, and she was going to like release Pearl, and then Garnet was gonna put herself back, or not put herself back together, I guess, but like I guess her as like Ruby and Sapphire was going to explain that she didn't have the heart to shatter Pearl, especially after she knew that, you know, she had like. She now had someone to think about, and I guess was just waiting for her to show up one day to, like, I guess reclaim her or something. So it was going to end that way with the mystery girl, or S, as I refer to her in this, releasing and releasing Pearl and resuming the relationship, or it was going to be, honestly, it was going to be like, I don't know, the second version I didn't like as much, because it was going to be like, it was going to be set to Telephone Line by Electric Light Orchestra, and it's, I don't know, it's too cringy in retrospect. I didn't like it as much. Alright, so I want to show you some deleted scenes from the last one. Specifically, something, I was gonna sign this. I don't know what it was. I forgot what that was supposed to mean. So I was very bad at doing this. I should have maybe rotoscoped it. But I was gonna have some more like pillow shots here. Like I was gonna have a shot of like the ocean, just like doing this. But I didn't like how it was animated. And then I was just gonna have like extra shots of like, you know. I can't even remember what this was like. What the context for this was. Yeah, I can't remember anymore actually. But this shot here is, I think, based on an actual postcard for Asbury Park. I think somebody pointed that out. What was the other one? That one. This for sure is based off like an aerial shot from like after Hurricane Sandy happened. So there's like like I said, there's like a dilapidated lighthouse over here. There's a whole corded off, like destroyed area, like the pier over here, submerged, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Like it's a weird thing, but I really tried to like get the ambience in there. So here's another lead scene. So originally it was gonna be while she was reading the letter, I was gonna have Pearl show up and like mouth it, or say it, in the background, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I just kind of kept it. I kept it black instead. So I just had to go to that. So, yeah. So without, unless anyone else has any more questions about Steven Universe, I'm going to move on to the one shots. So while I do that, I'll let you guys, I guess, ask any other questions about, like that you may have about Steam Universe. Okay, so first and foremost, one shot, so it's all stuff that didn't become a series, or stuff that was only like one or two. And in regards to that, we are now going to talk about the one that like this is Tav's favorite. I think this is a few people's favorite, but it's my first like for real first animation for the Lycan Jones channel proper. I did do the Meal Boy LA saga for Tav's channel when I was editing Meal Boy way back when, but this is the first thing. And I know in the original description I said, I was adapting a friend's I was reanimating a friend's short film I knew from our art school. I'm that friend. I just wanted to remake something that was like cribbing the art style by Pilot Red Sun. I literally took I saw what he was doing. I thought like I could do that, so I did. So this is what I got out of it. So I pilot Red Sun's my own, remade one of my own old art films or student films in Pilot Red Sun style. So that's the whole impetus. And I changed the title because I don't know, Invasion Radio is cool, but I don't know, I like both. Anyways, I think I've talked about I think I've talked at length about this.
Jeffrey, you should drink some coffee.
For one thing, I don't drink caffeine, and two...
I'm going to turn it up a little bit because it's a little low.
That's great talk. Coffee keeps you up, keeps you working. The Greys hate productivity.
And Joffrey is played by my old art school buddy, David, who was the creator of the character Mr. Alexander. So his weird art project for another class inspired me to have like base a whole film around him.
Let me see that.
And that's Aes as
receipt?
Matthew. Yeah. Which, by the way, okay, here's the funny thing.
Take this back.
In the original short film, my friend Ben, who plays Mr. Alexander, and Aes, who plays Matthew, in the original one, Ben's jacket, this army jacket, is my own army jacket that I owned at the time, that barely fit Ben. And then this leather jacket that Aes wears as Matthew, as well as his red shirt, is a real red shirt, like work shirt, from like some tractor supply store or some like tractor dealer, and that I owned, as well as like this leather jacket that I owned as well. So they're wearing my clothes, and I think this is the beginning of like having this weird obsession with dressing characters that wear weird clothes that I just own. But I mean, also we're all like late 2000s, early 2010s hipsters, so who cares? We wouldn't dress like this anyways.
It's just peanut butter.
Protein, non-perishable, helped during the invasion.
Oh, someone left this outside our door.
And also the mouth sinking is bad on purpose. I kind of would go against that later. Also, there's a yellowish tint on this version. The actual color style is a lot more plain in the original, in the actual original drawing. So
in the 90s. Didn't it prove it was a fake?
This is different.
Also, it was weird to have to like redraw. So in the original, I think they're just staring at it, and I started to like kind of. So that's one of the big changes is I had to like have like they actually watched that original alien autopsy footage, by the way. So they were reacting to it in the original short film, and I just had to have it play on Mr. Alexander's glasses.
Just about as real as the last 6 we've gotten. So how do we know it's real this time?
You'll see soon enough. Put the coffee on. Joffrey, get ready to go on air.
And I did have to animate him taking off his jacket. That's the thing.
And Joffrey, this time, you'll drink it.
Not gonna happen.
I'm about
Faithful
to pass out,
listeners,
Mango. I'm taking a
there have
small
been
nap
men
before
throughout history
our
who
friend's
revealed
session.
cataclysmic truths which changed mankind's course forever. Jesus Christ, Martin Luther King,
Danjan's
and
a
Gandhi.
sleepy boy.
Today I bring you a new truth, one passed
Man,
on
you
to
go to
me
sleep
from a
around the
higher
same
source,
time, like,
one which will shake the
I think my
foundations
wife
of
does.
this world, grown
She's
fat
an
and
early
stupid on
sleeper.
grave manipulation.
But that's fine. I mean, I'm
For
sure,
this
like,
is
you
a
have-
world teetering on the
you're a
precipice,
busy man.
and
With
should
all
we
them,
ignore it any longer, will surely fall in.
reanimated things that you're
I have
doing,
received a
you
certain
know.
video
It's hard to
exposing
be
the
boss.
truth about the Greys. I am preparing a national broadcast to show you, dear listener, a genuine Grey autopsy.
Ah, that was really good, Mr. Alexander, but, I gotta know, how are we gonna get that out to the masses?
Cool.
Let them know the truth about the Greys.
Quite simple, Matthew. Joffrey?
This is a public building.
So rewatching this,
no smoking.
it is weird
Thanks,
how I
B+.
had to, like, I really
So,
tried
so how are we
God
gonna
damn it,
how are we gonna spread it
how
around?
janky he looks.
We're going to take the disc, copy the disc, make copies of the disc, and distribute the disc.
Oh god, it's so crude.
That's a lot of discs.
There has to be, Matthew. Now get back to work and make me some coffee.
But it's also weird
We
that like
are out of
this is like the first time we're using MS Paint as an animating software to like make
I
these
will
frames
go get some.
and to like redraw and like erase and draw all this new stuff. it's weird how far I'd come. To go from this all the way up to the Pearl trilogy, it's so weird. Because I think those are the last two things completed things that I've done that I've animated with MS Paint as like the main frame software. So it's really weird.
Yo, didn't you hear the secret knock?
You didn't use the secret knock.
Doesn't matter. All right, Mr. Alexander, I was out there getting coffee, and it's the government.
How do you know it was the government?
You've seen the movies.
I have seen a movie. My God, you're right.
I forgot how much all this is like.
What are we gonna do, Mr. Alexander?
You know.
Take this.
This also ends a lot different. I'm gonna have to also.
I can't do
turn
this.
The volume down
This
a little
is
bit because when the shooting starts, it gets pretty loud.
Joffrey, I always knew you were the weakest link.
I always knew it was for credit.
Thanks, B+.
Just gonna let him go like that?
No time for non-believers. Now help me with this stuff.
Also, Joffrey dies a lot worse in this version than he does. Okay, also this is supposed to be me right here, because I did play
Take
that
it easy,
character
guys.
in
I'm just passing
that
through.
agent in the original short film. That is a shot that I cribbed from the
What else? The truth must be revealed.
I don't know why his ears were wiggling that shot. Oh, poor Matthew Bites. Alright, I think there was a disconnecting problem. My internet's being cruddy right now, so sorry about that. Okay, so where was it? Okay, so I don't know why it didn't let me do the thing. So I need to find that playlist again. Okay, let's see. So I think this next one is my first, it's the I'm Gay remake.
I'm gay. I'm gay.
Okay, I gotta go back. So this is, I think, right after they announced Tracer being gay in Overwatch. I wish Terumo were here to enjoy this. But, that's honestly what this is. I worked really hard to get this her stupid outfit to work or to look properly. Yes. I actually, looking back, I'm really proud of like how well I drew this outfit because I don't like complicated outfits.
I'm gay.
So to make it work like this, you're about to see what the actual video, how I had to animate it before I did all the dumb camera work.
I'm gay.
Okay, so here's what it looks like without the camera movement.
I'm gay.
God damn it. I had to... Okay, this is the worst part. I had to redraw, not even trace. I had to redraw that stupid kitchen from Max Mofo's video where they shot that scene from. I had to look at every goddamn detail and put it in. And also I had to like mimic iDubbbz's like movement too. It's really weird.
I'm gay.
Anyways. Okay, here we go. Here's what you've all been waiting for, though. For sure. This is what I've been waiting for. And then you're going to see the both versions. You're going to see the one I prefer that matches the continuity, and then the original version, obviously, which most people seem to have preferred. Grinch story.
Grinch.
I'm scared. Shut up. Where do you want it? Not smart.
You at elf practice.
That is a reference. Okay. Okay, and of course, okay. So first off, audio is from Simpsons. Blood on the Blackboard, the Bart Simpson story. And of course, it was a combination of that and thank you, Mango. It's a combination of that and I love the painted sort of look. Yeah, so I used the watercolor brush in Manga Studio, and then the pencil lines are obviously like the pencil tool, and it kind of does look like stuff like I've actually watercolored. So it was a good match. God, I hate the fact that Max is a man dog. So this is still post Morph Star. But anyways, this is obviously at the height of the "Why weren't you at Elf practice" meme, which I wanted to kill, which is why he has him shoot him in the original version.
I'm scared. Let's get out of here.
Shut up. Where do you want it?
Ernie.
Not smart.
Here's the original one. There you go. And here's the so I don't even know what to tell you about those. They're fun. But okay, so this is the other one that's post Pearl and around Christmas time. So
That's not fair.
life sometimes.
It's okay though. We'll get him next time.
The mouth is a little.
Bring him the slurry. Okay, Grinch, let's get going.
Grinch? Grinch! So, this is sort of a reference to the movie Runaway Train, weirdly enough. What did you do with Santa?
He didn't like losing. Santa said we couldn't find the body.
Okay, real talk. I'm about to get a little real with you here. Oh wow, that was 3 years ago. Okay, so funny thing, I do all the voices in that video. I'm the voice of the Grinch, which is I think just my voice but pitched a little higher. I'm Santa Claus. I'm that elf which uses my dumb elf voice I use to harass my wife in the house sometimes. But here's the part that Tav hates with a passion. It bothers Tav so much. And he literally told me, I don't know why did you voice Cindy Lou Who? You have a wife. Why didn't you ask your wife Cables to voice the girl in your short? And I said, I don't know, man. I just wanted to I didn't want to bother her, and I thought it would be funny if I did it. So Cindy's voice is my voice, and I think it's the voice on. Well, let's do it again here.
Grinch, what's going on? The game is over, Cindy. Santa won. Okay. How did he tell you? You're supposed to be the best. That's not fair. That's life sometimes.
It's weird too, because when I hear Cindy's voice, I have a hard time believing that it's my own voice as well. But I can just do it right here. It's just like, but how did he tell you? You're supposed to be the best. Grinch, what's going on? Why did you do it, Santa? It's so yeah, like I said, it's a thing, and also I think there have been times where I've done this voice in front of Tav, and it bothers him a lot. Like it upsets Tav a lot. I know if I ever went on, if he ever invited me to do Big Fellas, or I think the main reason Tav doesn't want me to do Big Fellas is because he knows I will whip out my Cindy Lou Who voice, and it bothers her, and it upsets him so much. But in all seriousness though, so yeah, it's weird how I think this was a lot of people's favorites, but yeah. So the main inspiration for this, I think I just watched the movie Runaway Train, which is really good, and I recommend highly. But
it's okay though. We'll get him next time.
You should ask Danny to do the voice. I wasn't familiar with Danjin 100% yet, so that's why I didn't ask him to do it.
Grinch!
Grinch, no! I think okay. So the main thing about it is that like I wanted to do this.
Sinister, we couldn't find the body.
We couldn't find the body. And of course, that's a reference to the Grinch smile from the original animated one. Okay, here's the other thing that bothered Tav. He thought this was a real quote by Dr. Seuss. The "some of us are Grinches not by choice but by circumstance." He really thought that was a real, quote by him. So it makes me laugh to think that that he's that he thought it was real, because he's like, I swear I've seen him quote that. And it's just I just like, no man, I just made it up on the fly. So it really, I think till this day he quotes this to me a lot, and I almost wish he were here, because then he would be able to like mold about how God, like good, like how much it upsets him, like how much this video is so good, but also there are elements that upset him, like my Cindy Lou Who voice, and the fact that this isn't a real quote by Theodore Geisel, by Dr. Seuss. So, but the main reason I wanted to make this one, I think I'd seen the movie Runaway Train, and I also had just heard this cover of True Love Will Find You in the End by, I can't remember the name of the band who did this song, but it's a cover of a Daniel Johnston song. So again, more of my weird musical tastes. So, and as opposed to all these youngs and their taste in music being either songs from anime or whatever TikTok song is like has gotten popular, all my songs are just musical taste in songs are weird. Hey Peter, it's me, Joe Swanson. Okay, Tav. I wish Tav was here. Captain Kidd. Just reminded me. God damn it. No, anyways, I'm moving on. Tav, I wish you were here so you could complain about the fact that you thought that you actually in the archive of this, if there is an archive of this later, comment about how upset you were by this video, about how my Cindy Lou Who voice and this quote aren't real. So, from Family Guy, nice. So we're moving on. What's the next one? There we go.
Dude, that would be solved.
Let me guess, sweetheart. You want to make me a star, huh?
This is a sequel to that Hugh Neutron video, obviously, and of course more. I wish I could have animated that better. I think I spent more time.
That angry mob's gonna be here any minute. If you don't know what salt is, maybe mop duty's too complicated for you.
I think I think I spent more time drawing these backgrounds than I did actually like animating some of this stuff. But I need to clear up some of these things first. All right, number one. The creator of this original one, of this like Hugh Neutron video, saw this and really enjoyed it. This was supposed to be my weird fan sequel to his YouTube poop.
Dude, that would be solved.
Let me guess.
And again, it was another example of me trying to murder memes that were popular at the time, which I realized was a lost cause, and I think it's the last times I specifically focused on memeing, on like trying to kill memes of my animations.
Sweetheart, you want to make me a star, huh?
Again, it took me forever to do these backgrounds, but I did them, and I'm really proud of them because they look good. To me, at least. Okay, so that quote makes me unrelentingly violent and blind. Captain Kidd, some of us of us aren't born Grinches by choice. Some of us aren't Grinches by choice, but circumstance. You know, not a real quote. I made that up. But anyways, all right. So this whole thing is predicated on the idea that like, what's his name? Spud? No, is it? God damn it, Salt Man. He has a magic like unibrow, which causes him, which pretty much turns him into the Vision. So he uses his magic unibrow. Yes, I know I did. I don't regret it. So anyways, he uses magic unibrow to turn himself into stone or metal to deflect the bullets, which is why he gets and kill my wife. You can that was proven that wasn't proven in a court of law, Captain Kidd. So you got nothing on me. Hence this. I wish I did this a little better. This should have been faster, because you just now see how bad these smears were. So I apologize. I do not apologize for these backgrounds though. I like this though. I think when I uploaded these backgrounds, I think back when I had a Twitter, I joked because they were so off model sometimes. I think I jokingly added Rebecca Sugar and said like, "Hey, look, my backgrounds are off model, are so off model. Maybe I can get a job with working on Steven Universe. Hey, yo."
That angry mob's gonna be here any minute. If you don't know what salt is,
Also, I think this is also an example of
where
where the frame rate that I chose for this really effed up the mouth syncing, which is one of the things I don't like about this video. Okay, and a lot of people ask who this random guy who this guy is sitting at the candy bar while it's on fire is, waiting for his because I guess a lot of people thought it was just a rando sitting like sitting while everything was burning, waiting for his like order. But what the intent was, it was supposed to be, God, what's the name of this dummy? Hold on. I gotta research this quickly, or else I'm gonna be upset. Give me a sec. Me in the Turkish bath, yes. Not Pits. Come on. Show me the name of the McSpanky's guy. Son. Okay, this is really weird. Okay, so please someone in the chat. Tell me Skeet. It's supposed to be Skeet. Sorry. So this figure here is supposed to be Skeet. Thank you, Captain Kidd. It's supposed to be Skeet. Atoning for his inability to save the candy bar from being destroyed. So he was fighting Robo Hugh Neutron or the Huanator or whatever. The Humanator, and he obviously couldn't beat him on time. He blows up. Everyone obviously, like, whoever was in there beefs it, and he's just like sitting in silence, just upset, like bothered or not, like upset that he failed at his mission. So that's what it was about. That's what it was. Yeah, obviously that was the main thing. Was trying to kill Jimmy Neutron memes. Okay. And obviously, my Gmod one, which Tav also like keeps saying, "Why didn't you make more Gmod stuff?"
It's time. Hey, princess. Let's go.
Also, my voice, and this is based off of a comic that I think is still on my DeviantArt, my secret DeviantArt that no one should look up. think one time when Tav was over, I showed him, like, I did a side-by-side of the comic and this, and I was really proud of myself of how, like, accurate I got to, like, some of the panels. I know Saber, he was a fan of this, because of the way I kind of animated people walking. He said it was very stop-motion-like. Which, I don't know, it is kind of, for me, like, working with Gmod and doing things, like, I don't know, I just kind of do treat it like a digital stop-motion, almost. The only problem with Gmod is that, like, it's kind of, like, a pain in the ass to, like, rig and, like, move the characters around, for me, personally, because of how, I don't know, I guess, like, I find Gmod really frustrating, because I, like, in my head, I could see myself, like, if these were, like, physical stop-motion puppets or whatever, I could just, like, grab each one and, like, you know, move them around to where I needed to move them. But to do everything with a mouse and stuff, it's frustrating, so. Anyways. But yeah, I don't know, like, I consider doing a part 2. Okay, here we go, here's what we're all waiting for. This was the big surprise. You're gonna watch through the musical parts, excerpts parts 1 and 2. So, I think Terumo's birthday is not happening. In fact, I think it was Kisaragi's birthday. And I'm sorry, Kisaragi didn't get to make you a musical. But you know, maybe by the time I free myself up from my studio loans project, I can make all of my chums dedicated musicals for their birthday. So who knows? That's overpromising. Anyways, Captain Kid, let me know what you think of this. Obviously, all this is watercolor with popsicle sticks. And I think I've shown you guys on a Twitch stream how these are rigged. Like, the mouth is a clothespin taped to the side with, like, the lower jaw attached to it. What does it hurt when I... So that's his intro. Terumo introduced himself as having a urinary tract infection. And this is a lot of people's favorite parts. Okay, I like the shot of, like, panning across the pigs. I think this is Tab's favorite bit. You can actually kind of see the clothespin in the upper jaw. Peter Gigantus doing his rebel song. Oh, pig. And somewhere to hide. Keep me alive. Just keep me alive. Somewhere to. Peter's a better singer than I am. You can see my big, disgusting man hand there, by the way, which is intentional. I almost should have maybe done done a Bunraku thing, and had, like, black gloves to fit the black background. Oh, and a funny thing about this, I think the second part I did have Tav come help me with some of the puppetry. So, and strangely enough, you know what? This is something I wish I could have done more of, and honestly, I do enjoy puppetry a lot, so, I don't know, it might be something I might try again in the future. Again, I just gotta finish that thing. Oh, here we go. This is Tav's for sure favorite bit. It's the part that hurts Tav the most. He likes it, I don't know what it is, but Tav likes broken-hearted heroes a lot. That's intentional, by the way. The fact that the phone just comes out of the side. And the context for this, obviously, is that Terumo is leaving a voicemail message to this thick man. Okay, this is all based off of the weird Set AM Taviverse lore, and that is of course a used Supersonico figure that was missing arms that I bought for like $10 off of eBay. That I repainted. That I painted with white primer paint, enamel, and then acrylics for the colors because it's the Tavoland uniform colors. But I'll fade it out of you. Here you go. And of course, actually this is perfect. That seeped into it perfectly. I'm impressed. This is where I had some Tav's help. That's Tav's hand, actually. Because I was going to do all these fancy camera movements while Tav was going to, like, do the tactical muppetry for Terumo. And of course, this is Andy Gibbs. I just want to be your everything pitched high to make it her voice. Which she doesn't actually have one. Here's the funny thing about the stupid lore. In this musical, it is revealed that, that Terumo thinks that the mannequin is talking to her, but every time she talks, it's honestly just the radio played over the speakers in the restaurant, communicating to him. Oh, here we go. Okay, I gotta start this one over. This is a thing that I started that I kind of want to maybe get back to. And I've talked about this at length on other of my art streams, animation streams. What I've tried to accomplish with the oil painting stuff, but honestly, I kind of do like what this is here. But this is based off of my sleep paralysis demons that are my memories of living in being a child and staying up late in like the 90s and seeing these fucking commercials every night. So here you go. This is a tribute to my childhood. And also in the words of Danjin, or the words of Tav, when Danjin asked if I did this with acrylic, yes, I shitted myself making this. Pretty proud of it though. Also, okay, never freeze frame Wario snoring because all the frames look like different O faces. This is it.
Oh my god!
This is literally what spawned it, because it was always like Celine Dion just like doing a calm song, and then all of a sudden fucking Michael Bolton bricks the whole commercial and like wakes you up at the Oh! There is a sequel planned, and I did make all the first frames of each one of these, so I might finish that one day. Okay, last one, I think, and this is from a weird video I made for Tav. But I wanted to do a show called Vaporwave Spider-Man. And it's literally just as it sounds, so I'll just play it.
It is I, Green Goblin. I think today I'm going to ruin Spider-Man's day. Time to find out where he is.
And that's Tav, by the way, that is Tav's voice as the Green Goblin.
Meanwhile, at the mall.
That's my voice.
I can't believe Mary Jane asked me to tag along to go lingerie shopping. She's trying to buy something special for Spider-Man.
But I'm Spider-Man.
I'm Spider-Man. Am I gonna hold it like so?
Me, Austin!
Okay, so this is like a weird.
Out there breaking concrete all day.
Oh wait, this is a.
Sway some of these stragglers. So I'm gonna pass it off to first candidate Poochie over here. Go ahead, little gentleman.
Oh, this is actually a whole. I'm gonna skip this because this is on Tav's channel.
Hi, it is I, Green Goblin. I am here to ruin your shopping.
This is. I kind of would want to make a full series of this, by the way.
Oh no, it's the Green Goblin. That's why I said I am.
Okay, that was it. Alright, that's it. Those are all my solos and one-shots. So, that brings us to the end of every crime against animation and YouTube I've committed. So, yeah. That last one I actually do want to apologize for. It does not belong in there. I should have reviewed that one before adding it in. I didn't realize it was just. I thought it was just the Green Goblin bits, but whatever. An apology's an apology. So, but yeah. So that's it. That's everything I've done as an animator, as Lycan Jones. The whole gauntlet, and now I'm doing everything on my own channel and uploading stuff I feel proud of, and then not uploading any of the Dwarf Star stuff because honestly, like, the last thing YouTube needs is another video of is another someone else uploading another Dwarf Star re-upload. So yeah. So anyways, I know it sounds kind of a little pessimistic there, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, I think I've talked pretty well about those last ones. I mean, I want to see if I can show. I want to see if any of these have, like. Okay. All right. So here's some of the backgrounds that I mentioned that I did. So for Salt, and this is all done in Manga Studio, obviously. Skeet versus Hugh. Oh, okay, so alright, so the shading on this hole in the house meat inside of it was definitely a problem. It was hard to do right. And also looking for like pictures of like this fictional restaurant establishment, like this fictional restaurant from this children's cartoon is hard. It's like so hard to find good photos or like screenshots of what this place looks like inside. Probably would have done better just by like finding some shots of the sky, of like finding or just rewatching Jimmy Neutron and like screenshotting it myself, but yeah. I don't think I couldn't find. I don't think I had any access to it on a streaming platform, so that went out the window. Okay, you know what? I don't know if anyone's ever done a video regarding like liminal spaces and like background art, but like now that I look at it, like backgrounds, like animation backgrounds without like the characters in it is kind of a liminal space. That would give me liminal space vibes, huh? It's really weird. Like, really off-putting. Huh. That's creepy. Let's see what... Anyways, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to bring up. I think like that's it. So I think this was a short one, and we almost got disconnected earlier. That was even worse. But yeah, so I feel like I'm stalling. Well, I guess that's it then. We did it. I ran through all my old Lycan Jones work. I commented, explained myself. I talked about what was the cause and what was the why and how of everything I made. Why did I make this silly animations, you know? And the reason behind it is a lot of it just came out of like frustration for a lot of memes coming out, just being sick of like, oh man, I wish I could just kill this meme. Oh, I don't know, I'll do it. I'll make an animation where I kill this meme. and obviously the meme continued, so it's not like it worked, but it worked for me. It made me feel better about it. So, but yeah, I think the one shots there's only one that is missing, which is I Need to Go Fast, which is a comic that I adapted into a short video that I apparently cannot find for the life of me, which it upsets me to no end, because it's the one thing that really is missing from the Lycan continuum. So instead I will show you the original comic it's based off of, and maybe that'll suffice. There it is. Tills, you don't understand. I don't gotta go fast. I need to go fast. I need to go fast. So, this is Manga Studio. Obviously. Okay, I hate Sonic's face in this first. Because it looks like it's just painted on. It doesn't fit at all. Oh, I hate it. But that's it. The video for this is missing. And so this is actual lost media, unless someone else has uploaded it. But this is for sure lost media now, unfortunately. And here's another Sonic one that I did. Tengo que ir rápido. So, yeah, I don't know. I was in weird headspace at the time. So yeah, I guess next week, or I might take a break for a little bit. But next week for sure, or no, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say next week. Next week, we will have the Danjin Star remake. We're gonna do we're gonna watch the reanimated one. We're gonna watch the original trilogy plus all the one-offs all the spin-offs and the side stories that he's reanimated, and we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna wait until he finishes season 2, which which will be a while, so don't worry about it. And then after that, we just go from there. You know, who knows what I'll do. And speaking of animation and working for studio loans, I have been working on the other ED. I finally knuckled down and started doing it. It is a lot of work. It is rotoscoping. It's really, and I've gone back to MS Paint with it. So, you know, we're doing it. It's not something I really want to stream because it's really weird to see somebody rotoscoping and tracing stuff with MS Paint. I don't know. It's not something I'm comfortable showing. I would much rather just like do it, finish it, and put it out there, and then explain how I did it afterwards. So, but yeah. So I guess that's gonna be it. That's the end of this here stream. We did it. We ran the gauntlet, and we're done. So, to everyone who was here earlier and watched it live, cool. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you got something out of this. I'm glad you all saw the stuff that was exciting to see. And then for anybody who's watching this in the archive, if you're watching this now, that means it was real. That means that the archive existed. It was great, and it wasn't destroyed by YouTube and the corporate overlords and record companies that control all music on this platform. So, cool. So, if nothing else, I'll see ya. So I'll see you when I'll see ya. So I'll see ya.